Imagine a woman whose smile lit up the screen for millions, yet behind those gentle eyes burned a fire of pure loathing for one man. She never hid it. In fact, years later, she named him the only soul in all of Hollywood she truly despised. And once you hear why, you'll never forget her story. She came into the world as a farmer's daughter in a tiny Iowa town, the oldest of 5 kids who learned early that love meant showing up, no matter how tired you felt. School plays were her escape, but dreams of teaching pulled her west to California. College classrooms, though, couldn't hold her. A scout spotted the quiet glow that made strangers trust her on sight, and just like that, the girl from the cornfields stepped onto a soundstage. Hollywood in the 40s swallowed hopefuls whole, but she refused to disappear. Small parts turned into scenes people remembered, moments of grace that felt like home, even on flickering black and white film. Then came the role that stitched her name into eternity, the steady heartbeat of a holiday classic, the wife who refused to let despair win. Critics called it supporting. Audiences knew it was everything. The 50s tested her range. One night she played a nightclub singer with secrets sharp enough to cut glass, and the statue on her shelf proved the world had noticed. She danced through war stories, romances, and family dramas, always leaving a trace of that Iowa sincerity. But screens weren't enough. She built her own show, an 8-year portrait of suburban life, so warm that living rooms across the country felt a little less lonely on Thursday nights. Behind the camera, she fought for Final Cut, becoming one of the first women to own her own story on television. Peace rallies replaced premieres when bombs fell overseas. She stood on stages with mothers who'd lost sons, pleading for sense over gunfire. Her voice soft, unshakable, carried further than any spotlight. Love found her 3 times. First, a whirlwind wartime marriage to a makeup artist whose brushes painted legends. It ended gently after 2 years, both of them too busy becoming icons. Then came the producer with the wide smile and wider ambitions. They adopted 2 babies before biology, added 2 more, filling a house with bedtime stories and scraped knees. She learned to sign autographs with one hand while stirring soup with the other. For 26 years they balanced fame and family until the spotlight finally dimmed their vows. The split hurt, but dignity won. If this story touches your heart, please share it. A retired colonel became her quiet harbor. No red carpets, no call sheets, just crossword puzzles and sunsets split between 2 cities. Colleagues said they'd never seen her laugh so easily. Then 1958 handed her a script and a co-star she'd never forget. The film was a modest mystery shot across the Atlantic. She expected polite professionalism. Instead, she met a man whose ego needed its own dressing room. From the first rehearsal, he talked over her, smirked at her suggestions, and treated every yes, sir, like a personal victory. Crew members rolled eyes when he strutted past. She swallowed fury and hit her marks. He mocked her accent, her manners, the very decency she'd carried from the heartland. Darling, he'd drawl, leave the acting to the professionals. She answered with silence that could freeze coffee. Between takes, she escaped to corners with script pages clutched like armor. Friends said she counted shooting days on a calendar hidden in her purse. The finished movie carried frost. You could feel through the screen no sparks, just shards. Critics blamed the script. She knew better. When pressed decades later, her answer was simple. I've worked with saints and sinners, but never anyone who believed the world orbited his reflection. She wrapped her career in the same grace that launched it, trading sound stages for school plays starring her grandchildren. Cancer announced itself 3 months before it won, stealing her at 64. The funeral was small. The tributes endless. Her legacy isn't the awards or the reruns. It's the reminder that kindness can coexist with steel. She smiled for the cameras, fought for the voiceless, and drew one unbreakable line: treat people like people, or stay out of her story. If her courage moves you the way it moves me, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to remember that quiet strength still changes the world.